Hi, I'm Tracy.
I'm Erin.
And this is...
Did we think this through? Whew. This was a doozy this week.
We're going to do a little Vandal recap this week.
For those of you who don't know, this is the home of the Vandals.
U of I.
I almost just said, go Bears! Also the Moscow High Bears.
We played the Bears yesterday and we got beat by them, so
Yeah.
I would appreciate if you never said that again.
Oh, it was bad. It was a real rough game for those who loses a homecoming game. Can I say that?
I think a lot of people do.
I don't like that.
Hey, I don't want to bag on them. Here's the thing, what we didn't do, we didn't play. We were armchair quarterbacks. What's the first thing we did when we got to the game yesterday? Tell them the truth.
First thing I did when I got to the game?
What was the first thing we did when we got to the game yesterday, when we got inside?
Said hi to people?
We took a shot of Fireball. That's how we started our...
It was just one for the whole game. It was like a 3-hour game. It warmed us up.
Yeah, it did.
It's always fun to be in the Dome. I love the Dome. I love the Vandals.
There's no place like Dome.
It does. It's a bummer when your team loses a homecoming game. And I think, too, because, we go all out for homecoming. We love it. I'm a Vandal. You're a Vandal. I love the energy. I love a parade. Love a parade. I think this goes back to New Orleans, my family's history there. And New Orleans is a parade town. They throw a parade for everything. And so I love seeing this really fun big parade that's just rowdy and kids and parents, and we're throwing things from floats.
Grandmas and grandpas too,
right? That's what I mean. Everybody. Best. It's just, and people come out of town because they're here to watch the game.
Everybody's dressed in their Vandal gear. I mean, I don't know how many people are.
It's a big parade, and
there had to be 2,000 people.
Sure, I don't know.
I'm going to count next year. I'll count.
Let's get a drone. I just think that it's so fun. And I always feel like homecoming should be a little local holiday. I know some people wake up every day and they're like, what's happening? And they're local and not doing the homecoming thing. But
so fun.
I love it. My kids always had to be in the parade growing up and I did too, because it's like they're in a school band or they're repping a sports team, right? And so then as parents, we take all the kids to the parade, make sure they got where they needed to be. And the parade kind of felt like a chore when you have little kids, because kids get cold, they're tired, they want the candy, they're like, what? But then now that I'm not having to take my little kids to a parade anymore, I get to be the little kid at a parade.
So we dress each other up and we go to the parade.
We matched. If you are just now tuning in,
we like a good costume.
We love a good costume, and we are shamelessly okay with this, and we don't care. And if you don't, you're missing out. It is fun to have a good friend, and you can call up and say,
we're wearing this.
We're wearing yellow and black
striped
these overalls. Put them on. Let's do it. And so we have fun with this for a lot of events, and I hope that I never stop. I don't know that I want to turn into one of those red hat ladies.
I don't think we'll be red hat ladies. I don't know that they'd include us.
No, I don't know if they would.
You don't know the red hat?
Oh, Brooklyn.
So I wish I could remember what they're called.
I just call them the red hat ladies. Yeah. I think there's some purple involved
too. So they wear purple, they wear the red hats. It's like a group, and I don't know what their group. I don't know if it's just a social group or if there's some sort of.
They're typically elderly.
Yes, and I don't know if there's some sort of
there has to
fundraising, but some humanitarian thing behind it, or if it's just.
We'll find out. We'll get back to you on that.
The red hat ladies. Mm-hmm. Yeah, and so
they might not want us.
No, I don't. No, they don't want us. I think the parade's always fun. Mm-hmm. We take the smoke shack. This was the second year, and so we got to go with 42, and that's really fun. I think I had 80 pounds of candy.
So much candy.
And we ran out,
which is a bummer
towards the end of the parade
because these little kids are looking at you like. And I'm like, go Vandals, let's just be happy together. I have no more candy left. And then I was like, oh, this probably happens to everybody at the end.
No, I think it was just because we had...
the kids that are stationed at the end of the parade. And I was like, oh, what a bummer placement. And then in my brain yesterday, I was like, we need a candy stash bag that we say we will not get this out until we're done with the last 2 blocks. Or the last block, right?
Got the last...
Because then those kids don't get as much. And I'm like, man, we need to have a contingency plan for them
every year.
Maybe
their parents do that on purpose. Maybe their parents put them down there.
They're like, we only want fruit snacks, no candy.
We
could do that.
I think because we had so many, we had a bunch of our staff on, and they were so fun.
Yes.
And I don't know that they had ever been, even if they had been in parades before, it was because they had been playing the music or were on the sports
When they were
team. And
kids.
so we just gave them bags of candy and said,
Oh.
have at it.
Yeah, I was with one of them, and he, at the very beginning of the parade, he was grabbing handfuls like this big. If you're only listening, it's like the size of a volleyball. And he's grabbing candy, and he's like, whoosh. And I looked at him, and I'm like, Nico, I love a good parade. I love making those kids happy, but you need to slow your roll. And then he was like, I know, but look at him. I'm like, I know, but this is not my first parade. And then like 10 seconds later, he did it again. And I was like, Nico. And he's like, I know, but look at all of them. I'm like, okay, let's just limit it to one handful at a time.
And I kept telling the boys in the truck, 2 and 3 pieces at a time, 2 and 3, just 2 and 3. Like you can throw it, but you don't have to go, choom, choom, choom.
Here's the best part. Okay, Idaho Spud candies are like this big. They're like the size of a potato. Mm-hmm. And they say Idaho Spud. And fighting taters.
It's
probably got coconut or something in it.
It's marshmallow, coconut, and then chocolate. And so it's, supposed to represent a potato.
It's kind of big, so it's fun. So I was hucking those, and I was trying to find really enthusiastic kids or kids I knew or parents I knew. And so I'd throw one out, and when people caught it and they saw what it was, their faces lit up. They were like, "Oh my God, I've got the whole Idaho Spud."
I found as many old grandpa men, and I would put it in their hand, and because I was walking, because I like to hug people when I do the parade. I don't know why. I think I'm the mayor.
You would love New Orleans. So
but I was given the potatoes, and I was like, "Come eat it with some brisket. Eat your potatoes with brisket."
Oh my God, get all your food groups. And so at one point in time, this kid caught one, and he goes, "I need one for my friend," and he was yelling, and I'm on the float that's moving, right? And he was like, "I need one for my friend," and I don't know why, but I looked at him and I said, "We'll sing the Vandal fight song." And this kid looked so confused, like, "What?" And he goes, like, he doesn't know it. And I said, and we're still moving, so the distance between us is growing, and he's looking desperate. He's like, "I need it for my friend. I need it." And I go, "Okay, well then say go Vandals. Like you have to do something." And he was
perform.
Yeah.
It's trick or treat.
He was like, "What?" And then Nico's looks at him, and he's like, "Say go Vandals." And the kid's like, "Go Vandals." And I'm like, "Here's your potato." It was great. It was fun.
I know. I tried to order. Whoa, Betsy.
Whoa, getting crazy in here.
I tried to order 500 of the Idaho Spuds. I went through the company.
Yeah.
And I could not. And so I finally got to Winco. Shout out to Winco. And I found a gal the other day and said, how many cases can I get? And she was like, "I can get you." So I had I think I had 100.
That's pretty fun.
Yeah, but it was fun. We definitely needed more.
Do you think people like hearing our Spud talk? I don't think they do. Let's move on.
Brooklyn, what did you think?
I was entertained.
Thanks, sister.
Yeah. Well, I mean, we can keep it going.
She's earned her keep for another week. Yes, she has.
It was fun. The candy throwing, the parade, such a good time. There's pictures. We'll throw them up.
Went to the football game.
Went to the football game, and I love the dome. I love the energy.
It was fun.
Full crowd. Very fun. But watching the game from the beginning, first quarter, I was like, ooh.
And then
this doesn't feel promising.
And then we went to the bar. To work.
We did, and I went to
some of us, and I said to Aaron, "You better be ready to work." And Aaron, why don't you tell the crowd what you did?
This feels
I worked.
Okay, so
my feet are bleeding. I worked.
You're
so hard.
so dramatic. So I get there and I sit down with some people I know who are watching the Brewers game. It's playoff season. I'm going to talk about that in a minute too. So I sit down, I order some food, and
I didn't. I worked.
I'm not an employee. I'm not an employee. So then I'm there.
What's mine is yours.
Oh, I love this new rule. So I'm available. I look around.
She's available. I couldn't even get to her. I didn't know where she was.
Oh, really? I was looking.
No, you were not. You were hiding.
No.
You were in the corner booth, tucked in, just with my honey smash, just drinking them like they're going out of
delicious.
Style. What's a honey smash, you ask?
It's got this honey simple syrup concoction.
It's like a whiskey smash,
but this honey thing and some shaved lemon and some mint.
And some mint.
It's delicious, and it has a little Pendleton in it. And I actually don't really drink that often. I kind of pretend like I do, but I really don't. And so like if I have a shot, I'll make a big deal of it and it looks like I'm having 10 of them, but it's like usually one for the night. Well, I saw somebody ordering it and the bartender was making it with such love and joy that I thought, I think I'd like that. And I was like, I've had a long day. I've been in a parade and my vandals just lost, even though we had a great time. I'm going to try that. So bartender Alex, I say to him, can I have one of those? And he's kind of shocked because if I do order a drink, it's not that. It's usually a Diet Coke or something really simple. And so I get it and I bring it back to my table and my table's like, what is that? I'm like, I don't know. It's a honey smash. And I try it, they try it, and we're like, this is delicious.
So 10 honey smashes later.
I'm singing Adina Howard, Do You Want to Freak Like Me up on the karaoke stage.
No, you did not. Did you
Yes,
really?
I did.
Oh, I don't remember
And
that.
it was like such an old school song that the karaoke software was putting the lyrics and like, you know, how it highlights them as you sing and the chorus, like it does this thing that makes it easy for people to follow along with this karaoke software. Whatever happened with that song last night that was thrown up on the screen, because at some point, it was probably after 10 of these. And so let's be honest, how hardcore am I? I'm sitting here just a few hours later, ready to go. I feel great. But I'm sitting there, standing on the stage, looking at this screen, and the way that Adina Howard's lyrics are coming through and the chorus and all this is so blocky and like genuinely looking from like 1980s, different than the regular software. I keep looking at the karaoke DJ and I'm like, what is going on? And I'm just drunk enough to like, I'm like singing like Adina Howard, like, do you want to freak like me? Oh, and then I look at the screen, I'm like, what is happening? And I do this, like it back and forth the whole time.
Did he sing with you on this one?
I don't think so. I think he was like,
Yeah.
you're on your own.
I'm gonna
like,
be honest.
It was a
I
lot.
have no recollection of this.
I get really, so when I get a little tipsy, I go to the vault so quick. Like that is where I go every single time. I go to the songs of the 90s. It's usually got some attitude, right? Whatever that means. It could be a lot of different songs, but I start saying, like, I think I requested at one point, I was like, too short, getting it, put it up. And then I looked at the song length and I'm like, this is a 5-minute song. That's a long time to be karaokeing. But I go to gangster rap. I did rap last night.
Yep, you did Downtown.
Which isn't like full rap, but it is really fast
Macklemore.
paced and I've got a good handle on that one. And so
Yeah.
I go, and then I just want to dance. Like, I just want to turn everything into a dance party when I get, like, that's, it probably, I mean, I could do it with just Diet Coke, let's be honest, but I love a good dance party. And so that's what happened. Maybe that's why I'm sore today. It was getting low. Getting low.
Yeah, and I don't sing, and I did get on stage a few times.
No, she giggles. She says she's going to sing.
I'm like, and then I'm like, oh my God.
She giggles.
I laugh.
You get up there and I'm like, okay, finally I've got a little backup help.
I'm so sorry.
And every single time I think this is going to be the time that we're going to have this duet. No, we did Wilson Phillips. Hold on.
I did sing a lot in Wilson Phillips, and I did interpretive dance.
Oh, well, that counts for something. I'm not going to knock a good
Did I do a good interpretive dance? I did. And, but you don't remember? Call Steve Hacker. He'll tell you. And so I actually, one of our songs was so horrific that we got off the stage and I swear to God, nobody clapped. I stood in the middle and I said, is nobody going to clap for me? And everybody started clapping.
Here's the best
And then
part.
I said, and I went table to table and said, if you ever act like that on my stage, I will kick you out of this bar. That was unacceptable and nobody should have let us do that. It's true. They should have never let us do it. I hate people like me.
Well, we were the reason that people leave karaoke. I think sometimes we're good and it's entertaining. Like I did the Real McCoy song with Eric.
You can actually do well.
Oh, well.
I didn't say good. I said well.
Okay. So
how are you? I'm doing
here's
well.
The funniest
how are you?
part.
I'm great. There's a difference. See? Well.
Proper grammar. So here's the funniest part is that in between our songs, if you call them that, there was a lady and several guys in there who were from like a musical, I I don't know.
production. Like
They felt like
they do
professional
plays and
Broadway
stuff.
singers to us last night. They were very good. So in between our 90s throwback, like TLC, Adina Howard, rap, whatever it is we're doing, Wilson
They're
Phillips.
singing Phantom of the Opera.
They're like,
and I'm not exaggerating.
like very well, like very classically trained singers doing these duets, doing these things. And they would go and everyone would be like drying their eyes with tears because they're like, oh my God, that was a work of vocal art.
And my husband sat like this and just kept saying, she's an angel.
She has the voice of an angel.
She
And then
sings like an angel.
and
And
then-
I was like, oh my God, Steve Hacker.
And the whole bar was like, who are these amazing singers? And then we would get up there and we did
Trash
sing
it.
Little Mermaid. But, it was fun. We don't do that very often. It was a great night to do it because the crowd was so busy right after the game and through dinner, and then it thinned out. And it kind of reminded me of the early days of when the bar opened, and there were nights where we just got to kind of treat it like our fun little party house. And that's fun. And so that's what we did.
So at the end of the night, I sent a selfie to Aaron's husband because I knew that none of us were going to make it home on our own.
The smart one. He was at home.
And I said, what it was supposed to be is we may need a ride, it said we may need, period, road, period. And he knew well enough that he said, I'm on my
He
way.
showed up and he gave everybody rides that needed rides. So
And
that was
so
lovely.
There were two cars in the bar parking lot this morning, and one was mine.
You know what? That's responsibility right there. That's adulting.
Steve actually said, we're walking. And I was like, you are wrong, Mr. Hacker, because we will be sleeping in a field.
You're like, actually.
Okay, we're done with
Yeah.
that. So
Homecoming.
But
Woo, done.
but here's what I want to tell you.
Oh, I don't
I've
know what
been
she's going to say.
I'm really annoyed. You know how I hate my
Strong word alert.
okay, or dislike, but pretty much hate a keyboard warrior.
Yeah.
I
Those are the
hate
worst.
a good
Yeah.
or I hate a keyboard warrior.
They rile her
So
up.
we were, I haven't sworn on this podcast all day. We were fucking busy. We were like balls to the wall busy last
See
night.
how I did not do a strong word alert there?
And
But the word hate crosses a line.
it was like insanely busy.
It was packed.
Right?
It was good. It was
and
great.
so here's where I want to preface. If you go to Casa, Applebee's, Myelina, any place else, right?
These are restaurants in our town.
in Moscow.
Yeah, okay.
You're going to walk in and they're going to say, hey, we're on a wait, okay? And you're going to graciously wait 20, 30, 40, 45 minutes to get a table.
You decide I go somewhere else.
Or
People
you decide
make
to go
choices.
somewhere else.
People make choices, right?
Well, we are not that kind of place. We are, hey, come on in, find a table. If we've got somebody to come serve you, they will. If you don't see one, please come up to the bar. My kitchen, and I am not exaggerating, is the size of this couch. Erin's not 7 feet tall. She's very short.
My ass is the whole size of the grill.
You
That's it.
cannot fit more than 3 people.
It's only
I'm
10
getting
burgers.
serious.
10 burgers right here. My ass
You
is 10
cannot
burgers.
fit more than 3 people in our kitchen, or you'll get. We have a flat top grill, which it's not. We have 4 fryers, and then we have our barbecue station. We were pumping out well over $1,000 of food an hour. That's a lot of fucking food. I don't know if you know. So, as people were coming in, I'd say, hi, thanks for coming in. We're fucking busy. You can clearly see that you're having to try and find a table. And I'm so happy you're here. Please know that food is 30, 40, 50 minutes long. Like, you're going to wait for food, right? This is just how
But
it
it's
is.
a bar, so have a drink.
And it's a bar. Have a drink, have fun.
Watch
There's
a game.
free pool. There's TVs on. There is shuffleboard. There are darts. Like, have a good time. Enjoy your friends. I got a bad fucking review this morning.
You did not.
I got a 2-star review because somebody waited 50 minutes. And I was like, you're right. You fucking waited for 50 minutes. And guess what? Some people waited for well over an hour. And I was like, but the fact that you, and I know this person, we had a conversation, and then they were like, we want it to go. And I was like, okay. And then they wrote in there, well, we had this, this, and this. You're right. You did have this, this, and this. And that's a very simple order. There were 30 checks in front of you. Like, what? And I'm like, so instead of just showing some grace and being like, God, they were busy. And they were like, maybe this is a one-off, and I understand. But I was like, so you went on and put a bad review on Google? Like, what is that? Why do people, and I understand, like if you would have got shitty service, if we would have been rude, if we wouldn't have apologized probably, I don't know, 5 times, I was going table to table and I'm like, sorry, things are taking a little long. I was like, really? You're going to leave a bad review? And guess what? I might get 14 more out of this. And I'm so annoyed. I'm like, we are doing our fucking best.
You are fired up.
No, I'm fired up. I hate it. I was so mad. Steve woke up this morning. We're killed. We have worked like we started yesterday morning at 7:30 and I got home at midnight. And you're right. Was I a little drunk when I got home? Sure. But honestly,
you didn't have a drink.
We did not sit down until 10:30 last night.
Yeah.
We never ever stopped. And even at the game, right? We never stopped. Like you're always working. And whether it was a parade, it was super fun. I love this, but I was like, really? Show some grace. Like, are you going to go to one of these other restaurants? And what I could have said is, oh, I'm sorry. I have tables, but I know you can't get food yet. So why don't you stand out in the rain and wait for a table or go find someplace else?
If you would have gone to any other place in this town last night, every single place was packed and waiting.
And
Yes.
And all you had to do was look back at my kitchen. That's the size of a postage stamp. And see how hard those guys worked. Like, I don't even know if they're going to speak to me today.
Your staff?
Yeah, they're so tired.
Oh.
I know.
Well, it's Sunday. Maybe just don't call them.
I sent them all a message this morning and told them thank you. I mean, they worked their booties off.
I saw so many happy people eating barbecue, having drinks,
but it's
watching
that
games.
one bad person who just ruins it. I was like, why? And then she was like, we asked for it to go and it took us 10 minutes to get it. And I was like, you know why? Because I didn't have it. Because
we're not fucking McDonald's.
Well, and I chose to box up the food, which I should have done is just thrown boxes out on their table and said, do it yourself. But I had I had to go find a square of sanitary space in the kitchen, wash my hands, get gloves on, and go over and sit and find a square out of the way of the kitchen so that I could box up their food so it didn't get contaminated. Like, I mean, honestly, right? Because then what am I going to do? Go to the bar and just it was so frustrating.
Yeah, that sucks.
Okay, I'm done.
That's
blood pressure check.
I think there's a strategy in how to respond to bad reviews. I remember going to a training years ago where it was, it was totally different.
I put my attorney on it.
Well, it was a training that was basically about, it was for attorneys. And so it's so different than this situation, but it's not, right? It's like I remember when, attorneys were starting to have, a more online presence, and there's all these rules. This is how, long it's been that I remember this training. It was definitely over 10 years ago, but the whole idea was like, how do you respond to a bad review, like ethically, and not actually be a jerk and call someone out on the internet and just do the same thing they're doing, right? Because at some point it becomes this tit for tat stupidity thing. But there's this art to responding. I always see it on reviews for like hotels or, resorts, because somebody's like, oh, there was sand in my sheets, or it was dirty. And,
I would love some sand in my sheets right now.
That means I went to a beach. And so put a little gravel in my travel. We love a good gravel in our travel. So anywho, there's this strategy though, I think. Well, we're coming to you live from Idaho, so you're just going to have to get with that.
That was good. That was good.
So, but I think there's this way to respond so that if someone else is reading this public review and that's all they know about you, they can also see something else, right? Where you say, because you have to graciously say something like, we're always working to improve our times. We have, something like, one of our busiest days of the year is homecoming. Our kitchen is this many square feet, and to comply with everyone's orders in front of you and give them customer service and our health and safety food policies, sometimes it does take longer. And we always preface a busy day with, if you want a table, it's going to take this long. I'm sorry if you didn't hear that.
Oh my gosh, you're going to be so proud of me. I responded this morning and I said, because Steve and I sat there over coffee with sleep in our eyes, not gravel in our travel. And we said, and we said, hey, how do we respond to this? And I think I'm paraphrasing here, but I wrote back something on, hey, I'm really sorry. Like, we tried to tell everybody that it was going to take at least 30, 45 minutes for food. I apologize if you did not get that message. And like, we tried our best.
Yeah.
Like, I said, and as you know, homecoming week is homecoming is a whole different world in this.
Yeah.
And so
it's just always so interesting. I wonder, I think there's prompts, like people get a Google location prompt or something that's like, you were at this place. Do you want to leave a review?
Yeah.
And then they just, they do it because of that. It's not so much like they are feeling so strongly about it that they go find a way to do it on their own. I think there's prompts that, anyways.
But for the One Bad Egg, there were so many fun, good new faces through, so many Vandal parents that found us. I love when the people come and they're like, oh my gosh, we used to hang out at the plant when we were in college. We were here, or my favorite is like, I used to bartend here 30 years ago, or I was a door guy. And
an iconic bar.
Yeah, we had a whole group of like former football players that came in and they were adorable and loved it. So.
Yeah, we like the whole point of this year's homecoming was like generational.
Yes, you're right.
Yes.
It was the whole holla back.
Yes.
We missed an opportunity.
Well,
I sing that last night.
I think that our musical selections did it for us.
Yeah, probably didn't. I'm really sad that this whole episode turned into.
You're sad?
Well, no, but like our whole episode has turned into this instead of. I'm sure there were other.
Okay, well, let's talk about other things.
Well, I want to say one more thing. I want to give a good shout out to all of the people that we saw yesterday that said, oh my God, you have a podcast, or we've seen your podcast. I can't believe
it was actually kind of wild.
I was stopped probably, 4 or 5 times from people. And so thank you. And, and everybody's like, you're showing up on our feeds, and that's really fun.
It is really fun. Yeah. The first time was at the bartender in the club at the Dome.
Yes.
We were in the club and ordering a drink.
Shout out to Comron. Yep.
Yeah. And
at the Ale House.
It was actually, I don't have my license. I had to get a new one recently. So I just have the piece of paper, and they asked for my ID, which is always it's their job to do that. But I was like, oh, I'm 45, but yeah, here you go. And so I like grabbed my piece of paper out of my wallet and I started folding it, and they're like, okay, lady, that's hilarious. And I'm like, will this work? Didn't carry my passport around. Sorry. I didn't think ICE was here, so I didn't need to. And so she
went there.
So, I'm unfolding my ID on this printed piece of paper. And while I'm doing that, he goes, are you the other one on that podcast? And I'm like, why, yes.
As we're doing fireball shots.
Yeah. So that was fun. I think it's fine to recap this. It's, for everybody that doesn't know us or is not part of this community, here's the message. Like, we build community wherever we're at. Yeah. And it's part of this homecoming parade and these themes and having people come into town and celebrating this sense of, school pride and sense of community, even if you don't go to the University of Idaho or have a connection to it. It's just, we all come together. There's these kids in the parade. There's these employees that just work their asses off all day to deliver this product to anyone who shows up in town. Yeah. And then at the end of the night, we do have this kind of ridiculous celebration because we're so exhausted, and we do something a little out of the norm. Because
it's been
drink a bunch of whiskey. But it was so fun, and I think, any one of you that has no connection to Moscow could have a story like that about where you are and what you do with your people that kind of brings you together and makes you just feel joy and also exhausted. And that's the message. But yeah, there were things that happened this week that I thought we would talk about. Shout out to Diane Keaton really quick.
Yeah, that's pretty
Oh my
sad.
gosh. Like, that iconic.
I think I'll spend the rest of the day in bed watching movies.
Well, Diane would like that. She loved a good eccentric lady.
Yeah, do you have a favorite movie?
I am going to go back and watch some of the older ones. I made that decision this morning.
I think I'm going to go watch First Wives Club.
First Wives Club is so good. That dance scene is amazing. But is it Baby Boom? Or the one with, she's the single mom. She's got the baby. Mm-hmm. It's so older and iconic.
I don't know.
But here's my answer. And I think this year this is going to hit hard. And I watch The Family Stone every year during the holidays. It is maybe my favorite holiday movie, but I don't always say that because it's so profoundly, it can feel heavy, but it's also joyful. It's just such a raw, authentic, beautiful story that's got humor and like some family trauma and drama and like working through things. And I find it to just be the best. I love it, love it, love it, love it, love it. But it's not the holiday movie that you just put on and wrap presents to.
you just,
because it's got a lot going on in it.
Yeah, you just turned me on to the
Family Stone.
Family Stone like 2 years ago.
Oh,
Remember, I'd never seen it, and now I'm like, oh my gosh, it's so good.
It's the best. And so I watch it every, November, December. And Diane Keaton is in it. And in the movie, if you haven't seen it, there's just this kind of parallel to losing Diane Keaton.
I know, but things happen in threes, and so.
No, we had Jane Goodall, Robert Redford.
Oh, so she was number 3. So
I
we're
don't
done.
know. I don't know. I also
Let's take it.
Yeah.
I mean, because when Dolly's sister came out the other day and said, "Say a prayer for my sister," and I was like, I'm gonna go there. And I have so many friends that reposted the meme that said, "We said Donald, not Dolly. We said Donald, not Dolly.
Don't take Dolly." God.
Which I thought was awesome. But she and then when she came out the other day and was like,
she was like, "I'm still here.
Like
bitches.
I'm still here, y'all." And I was like, thank frickin' God.
We can't lose Dolly yet.
No, it's not time.
So that was big. I thought, oh, okay, we need to give a little shout out to her. So I love Family Stone.
Yeah.
And I love her sense of style over the years. Diane Keaton just started wearing suits and pantsuits and ties
and all the
hats.
things. And so cute.
Was such an artist and such a champion of women. And so, I did start a supper movie club with some friends. And there's an app for it out there, actually.
Just so you know, she clearly has other friends.
It's hard for her. She's working through it.
I am working through it because she has this group where that's like couples, and Steve's not a couple. Like, he loves Josh, and he loves Phil John, but Steve likes himself. So they do a lot of things.
I just think he likes his den. Really.
He really does. He just does.
I mean, you can always come to Supper Movie Club. You know this.
No, I'm not invited. I don't want to. I'll just sit home alone.
So Supper Movie Club there's an app for people who want to do it, and you can load all the movies in there.
Oh, really?
Yes.
Oh.
It's a whole thing. And then so people in this group were putting movies in, and the idea is we're going to rotate like once a month and not watch a movie with everybody because that's weird. We're not 12.
Oh, so you're not watching together?
No. That would be weird because then you're like all sit in somebody's, like, we're all too old.
Okay, well, I didn't get this. Okay.
Yeah, but here's the thing. If I said Supper
I don't know
Movie
about it.
Club
Nobody
and we're all
invited
in our
me.
40s and we're going to sit on my sectional and watch a movie together, that's so dumb. Here's what you want to do when you watch a movie.
Unless you're doing that and you enjoy that, then that's amazing for you.
Yeah, do that, I guess. But for me, I'm like, no, I want to get comfortable. I want to be myself. I don't want to
Wear a bra.
Yeah, I don't want to worry about all these people around me that are not, in my space. And so the idea is be comfortable, watch the movie. First group picks it, and then we get together. We just then we get together and somebody's like going to make a dinner that's kind of themed to whatever movie they picked. And then we had to decide, do we have questions? Like, do we treat this like book club? Because if we just watch a movie and say we're going to have dinner together, what we're going to do is we're going to get together, be like, yeah, I watched the movie. Here's what we're not going to talk about it. We're just going to start talking about our lives because we're all friends. So I think we're going to go full, like, nerding out, and the host of the first time is going to have ridiculous questions like, what did you think about the screenplay? Or what did this iconic scene mean to you? And we'll see how it goes. This could phase out.
I don't want to be a part of this. It doesn't sound fun anymore.
I knew that she would not. So it all works out. But yeah, I'm not hosting the first one. I don't know what we're watching yet. But I did watch an old school movie this week, which was fun. I watched Smokey and the Bandit.
Oh, that's weird. I wonder who gave you that idea.
There's an awkward moment of silence.
Who gave you that idea?
I don't know if you gave it to me.
I did. We literally were trying to figure out, and I was like, Smoking the Bandit. I think Josh and I were talking.
Maybe that's it. So I watched it, and I thought it was great, and it had Sally Field, also iconic.
Yeah, I'm going to watch.
It's really good. It's anti-establishment. Smokey and the Bandit was surprising.
You ever seen it, Brooklyn?
Okay, so I turned it on,
Burt Reynolds?
like Burt Reynolds. No.
Do you know who Burt Reynolds is?
Whoa, this just took a turn.
Dude, I don't know who anybody is.
We're going to find out who our demographic is when... So I started it, and it's got this real over-the-top sheriff character that's Southern and is just, and he's the bad guy in the movie, if you will. And I was like, this is made so long ago. There's some things happening. Like, this movie could be, I could watch this and it could get cringy because I don't know what time period and what was acceptable here. I'm just kind of thinking that. And then I was pleasantly surprised. It was anti-establishment, which is always fun. And kind of delightful, and watching somebody like Sally Field and Burt Reynolds when they're younger and have this chemistry, and they had some swagger. It's part of the show.
That's funny.
I know. I think I was thinking maybe Josh and I will dress up like Smokey and the Bandit for Halloween, and so I also wanted to watch it to vet this.
Are you going to be the bandit?
Yeah, obviously. And it had a basset hound in it, and I didn't realize. I've been married to my husband for 21 years. Our first dog together was a basset hound. He wanted it. He had this iconic, like, I need a basset. And we named it Waylon for Waylon Jennings. So Waylon was our basset hound for 11 years until he passed. And we're watching this movie, and there's a basset hound in one of the big rigs. And I'm like, oh my God, it's a basset hound. And Josh goes, that's why I've always wanted one. Because when I watched this movie when I was a kid. And I'm like, this is why you wanted the basset hound? So it was fun.
It's like you don't even know him.
I know. Yeah, I'm like a tourist in my own town, in my own marriage.
Tourist in my own.
Just here for
It's kind of like I didn't know that Steve loved show tunes
until last night. The voice of an angel.
Sweet
funny.
girls named Monica. And then he'd hear Monica, and then his wife would go up and interpretive dance. And then thank God Monica came in to save the night.
Yeah. So, lots of things going on. And, well, actually not a lot of things going on in our
Not a damn
government
thing.
shutdown. So I don't know. Things are going on. They're not going on. It's weird. Yeah. Government shuts down, but somehow they can still tell us that, putting a sweater over a dick causes autism. I don't really know. Like, shit's just crazy right now, right? Isn't that the way that we say it? No?
Wow. Well, with that, so this has been quite the episode. I think that we're going to leave it with sweater over a dick. Is that what you said?
Yeah, I mean, it's also called...
Okay, so if you would if you need a like a hashtag for the week, I mean, sweater over a dick.
I mean, we didn't...
Nope.
Yeah.
Leave it. I'm just going to let it be there.
Yeah, I think my point was
I think that sweater over a dick is going to... I think it's going to trend this week.
How crazy that things are shut down, but yet we're still getting these weird messages about... My point being, shit that doesn't fucking matter, and that's not real.
I know, and that's not real, because we have things like, I don't know, fucking science. But let's not get into it. Like... And let's just...
Or we will, but...
And let's just thank God for all the scientists and all of the smart people and all of the people that have actually studied things and weren't heroin addicts.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right. So, well, shout out to that. Go team go. Happy homecoming. We'll see you next week.